a club called M-Sphere Players, and we did a lot of set books. We did, we went to schools. Those set books, you would go to schools and you are paid 500 or 600.
person?
No,
The whole group?
the whole group
500. Na mko watu
na
wangapi?
tunakula mandazi. Maybe like 12, 15.
12 people mlipa
Yeah,
500.
but it was not so much about money. It was so much about discovering our talents and keeping ourselves busy.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Pulpit. My name is Tracy and this is episode 25. Thank you. God bless you. We love you so much. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to those who have subscribed. Our subscribers are growing pretty amazing. But we said we have to get to 1,000 before we know it. Get us to 1,000. It is road to 1 million, but 1,000 is achievable right now. When we get to 1,000, now the hashtag road to 1 million followers is going to start. So thank you. Thank you so much to everyone who supports us. By subscribing, by following us on our socials, by commenting, sharing, forwarding, giving us tips on how to be better podcasters and better people at doing this thing. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much to our team, everyone that makes this happen. From the director to the producer to our content manager, everyone is just so important, and it's an amazing team because they're very cooperative. It's always amazing being here. So yeah, I'm excited for this particular episode because the person I am having on set today is an OG at Kawa West Baptist Church. Tumekuwa tukiongea hapa behind the cameras, and he's telling me a lot of history about this church, and I cannot wait to get to know him and know him more. So my guest today is Nicholas. I am alone on set. I do not have a co-host. Further details are going to come later. So my guest today is Nicholas Micheni. He's a deacon at Kiamumbi. He is a man who wears so many hats, and I cannot define him. So he is going to define himself. He has said he does a lot of things. He has done a lot of things throughout his years, and he is a man with a lot of wisdom. So I cannot wait for you guys to get to listen to what he has to share. Karibu sana, Nick.
Thank you.
Amesema nimuite Nick, so it's not going to be rude. Do not attack me in the comment section.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Asante.
I hope you're feeling at home.
Very much
Comfortable.
At home. Comfortable.
Are you ready to talk for the next 3 hours?
Sure. Even 4 hours.
Even 4 hours. Nice. It's about to be a long episode. So to our viewers, sit back, relax, and have a thermos of tea near you. It's about to be an interesting.
Asante.
I hope you're doing well. How is the family doing?
Doing very well.
Everyone is doing amazing.
They are doing amazing. We thank God.
Oh yeah.
Thank God.
We really do thank God.
Asante.
They know you're here.
They know I'm
They
here.
know.
They know I'm
awesome.
here.
I hope they're going to subscribe. Najua kutoka kwa familia ya Nick, we have many more subscribers, so I know they're going to subscribe.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'll ask them to do.
You'll ask them to do
yes,
so.
Yes.
Okay. And they share this with their friends because
Sure.
it's their dad talking. I mean, it's going to be an interesting.
Asante.
Yeah. Nimesema you are not a man who can be defined because tumeongea hapo, umesema you do a lot of things. So I'm giving you the platform to introduce yourself with what you do. And then we will go straight into it. You'll tell me about we will talk about your story. We will talk about where you've grown up, where you've schooled, your life after, how you got into salvation, your life at KWBC, how you got to Kiamumbi, your life in ministry, your life outside ministry as a father. We will talk about all of that. I'm just here to listen and learn and get to know you. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Let's get started. Introduce to our audience who are meeting you for the first time, maybe for the first time.
Already you've introduced me, but I'm Nicholas Micheni. I'm born again. I love the Lord Jesus Christ as my Savior. I was born 55 years ago, thereabout.
Okay.
It's been a long journey.
That's many decades. That is more than almost twice mine.
I sound like an ancestor already.
No, you do. Ancient. Okay.
So I was born in Meru. I grew up in the village, just like any other child in the village. We did a lot of the village things, farming, taking care of animals, drawing water from the river, swimming in the river.
Yeah. Typical village life.
Life, sliding in the mud, and that kind of stuff, picking coffee, going to the factory, milking, all those things that define the village life. I went to primary school, and by the way, in primary school, I was a timekeeper.
Yeah. That's the role you were given. In what class? Standard.
Standard. I think I was timekeeper from around class 4 or 5 or through.
All the way to class 8.
I'm an old guy. I did class 7.
Wait, yes. CPE?
Yes, I did class 7. Many people don't know that about me. Then, for some reason, because of the difficulties in the village, my father could not afford to take me to Form 1. So asked me to repeat.
Okay.
So I repeated, and now 844 found me.
Oh, so ulifanya class 8 sasa.
So 844 found me.
Okay.
So I did class 8, and I went to high school. I did my 4 years in high school.
In the high school, okay.
Inaitwa Eco Boys. It's now a national school,
yes,
I understand.
Yeah.
That's where it had Form 1 to Form 6.
O-levels, A-levels,
and A-levels. It was a very big school with over 2,000 students. So that's where I went to school. I did my schooling. I completed 1989. Okay. I missed the university mark. So I stayed at home for 1991 and bit of 92. During that period, of course, now I went back to village, doing the village things, but also got involved in acting. I joined with my few friends. We started a drama club called Hemisphere Players, and we did a lot of set books. We did, we went to schools. Those set books, you would go to schools and you are paid 500 or 600.
Per person?
No.
The whole group?
The whole group.
500? Na mko watu wangapi?
Na tunakula mandazi. Maybe like 12, 15.
12 people mlipa 500.
But it was not so much about money. It was so much about discovering our talents and keeping ourselves busy. That period, I would say, that time that I used to do drama, it helped us to get away from social evils.
Yeah.
And so we did a lot of books, Betrayal in the City. We did Kilio cha Haki, Mashetani, Kinjeketile.
So you are an actor?
I did a lot of acting, actually.
Thespian. Self-trained thespian, yes, and he's good at it.
Masaibu ya Ndugujero. But we had a director who was very good. He had trained at KIMC and also University of Nairobi. He was our boss. So he used to direct us very well. We did a lot of drama. Still remember, I can still go through Betrayal in the City even now, many years later.
Oh, wow.
I still keep my copy in my house.
Really? And that's what the set book, is that the set book you did in high school?
That's the set book I did.
I did that book.
Wow. and things fall apart.
When things fall apart. Okay. Okay.
So after that, I felt I needed to go to school, to go to college. I tried many things. I tried many places, but my parents could afford to pay for me. And so I decided 1992, I felt I can't stay any longer in the village.
No, so this entire time you were still in Meru?
Yes, I'm still at home.
Aisha.
So I told myself, I've had enough
Of the village.
Yes, I have to leave. Otherwise, I'll get wasted here. So I applied. I used to apply to many places. I get letters and I go to my dad.
Universities now?
No, colleges.
Oh, in
colleges, Nairobi, everywhere. And then this time, I applied for a course in Nairobi, in Librarian and Information Science. I got a letter. As usual, I took to my dad.
Yeah.
He said, no, I don't have
money.
So I told myself, I have to break this narrative and I have to find a way of taking charge of my life. So I told myself I have to go to school. How I'll go to school?
You do not know.
I do not know, but I have to leave and go. So I brought together a few people, my uncles, a few friends, and we went to my local primary school where I went to primary. I asked for space. They gave me space. Tukatengeneza yams, ndoma, tukachemusha na chai, and so people came. The fundraising in the village.
Harambe. Ya kupeleka mtoto Nairobi.
So I was able to get 7,500 out of that.
This is 92.
92.
That felt like 50,000 at the time.
Yeah, it was a lot of money then. And so I took my trip. Now I'm loaded. Took my trip to the city. I didn't know Nairobi.
Yeah, you've never been at this
No,
at this
I
time?
used to come as a student, easy
Trips.
to
Kupelekwa parliament.
kupelekwa sijui showground.
Museum.
Museum.
Nairobi National Park actually is very common.
And we went for a trip to Coca-Cola.
The company.
Yes, to Coca-Cola na ile ya biscuits. What do you call it?
Manji.
House of Manji. I was doing economics also in school. So
it was economics, not business.
No, it was economics. So we were taken for those trips. That is much I knew about Nairobi.
Yeah.
I was young in secondary. You didn't say Nairobi.
And you're not even given the chance to walk around.
No, mko kwa basi.
Ukienda unatoka.
Hata si basi ni lori.
Ilikuwanga
lori. Bedford. Mnashuka na nyuma.
Walimu wameketi hapo mbele.
Mnashuka na huko nyuma.
Yeah. So you didn't know Nairobi at all?
So I came to Nairobi. My brother who follows me was a student at KU.
Wait.
At Kenyatta University.
Your brother who is younger than you?
Younger, because you see I took some time in the village. So I've told you I stayed from 2 years, almost 3, because now I was coming to Nairobi in August
of 92. So your brother managed to finish high school and join KU immediately?
He joined KU. So he was a student there at KU. And so when I came, hakukuwa na simu, by the way.
Okay.
Hakukuwa na hizi
Ati nimefika niko hapa stage.
So I had to alight there at Kahawa and find my way to KU to look for him.
So unaenda ukiuliza watu, do you know, unajua?
So during holidays he used to tell us I live in this hostel. I live nakaa hii hostel, nakaa Gong, my hostels,
yes,
nakaa Eastern Block. So at least I knew the block. And he used to also do a lot of acting.
Okay.
So there was this side of KU where they have a school of, I think, theater or something.
HH. Harambee Hall.
Yeah. So I went there and started looking for him, asking. He was known in the
He was
field of
known.
acting.
Yeah.
So nikaelekezwa, I found him. So he's the one who took me to college in Parklands.
Oh, where you were called?
Yeah, School of Professional Studies in Orero Center. So he showed me the place. Unfortunately, they postponed the reporting dates again by two weeks. So for 2 weeks, I'm here hanging around.
In KU now, ama ushatafuta nyumba yako?
Sasa sina nyumba. Sasa I'm just hanging in KU.
In your brother's hostel?
Tunakaa na brother.
Mnakula chakula ya mtu.
Tunakula hiyo chakula ilikuwa 2 bob.
Ya ugali na nyama.
Nyama gani?
Ina supu.
Ugali na supu. Ilikuwa inaitwa basari.
Chakula ilikuwa inaitwa basari?
Supu ni basari, it's free.
Free. Stop. Na ni 2 bob.
2 bob, kaugali ya 2 bob hivi. So I survived there for those 2 weeks. Then now I went to SPS. I did the registration, everything. I paid a bit of money, not all money.
From the 7,500?
Yes. You see, already I'm using this money. I don't have any other money. Ndio ninasafiri nayo, blah, blah. So I paid like 3,500. So nikaanza classes. I started classes in September of 92. It was a 1-year course. Certificate, actually. That's where I began. Because the diploma course was expensive. So I told myself, let me start where I can afford. So I started with the certificate.
Yeah.
Tukasoma. That term ended. That was November or thereabout. Okay, 92. So tunaingia 93. Sasa nimeanza kupile school fees because now it's the same money that I'm using to eat, to move. I've already paid that 3,500. Na nimetumia ingine from home to here. Traveling. So you can imagine now, do I have any money left on me? Really?
Not a lot. And where are you living at this point?
I'm just surviving hapo KU nini.
Nikienda. Okay.
But then I had to move and find space at Kahawa. Kahawa Wendani. Kuna pahali hapo ilikuwa inaitwa Matopeni, Aslam.
Okay. I didn't know.
Aslam. So I looked for some space there. Nikaanza kwenda. Maisha ikaanza kuwa ngumu. Sasa pesa imeisha kabisa. I don't have money. I don't have money to eat. I don't have money to pay rent. I don't have money to pay school fees. Things started getting very thick. Very thick.
And you're living in a slum now?
I'm living there.
Rent ni how much? Hata ulikuwa unalipa rent ama hiyo ni basari?
Basari.
Hiyo pia ilikuwa basari.
Basari. So I started looking for odd jobs. You see Kahawa Sukari huko. Mimi nimejenga huko mbaya sana. Kahawa Sukari huko kuchimba maseptic kwanza. Kwa hiyo hard maram. Unaenda huko sasa nimeanza kufukuzwa college. You go to college, they can't admit you have a huge balance. Enda ulete pesa, nitaenda kuleta kutoka wapi?
Always rudi
so
home.
Naenda I can't go home.
Yeah.
So naenda Vibaru. Tunachimba huko, tunashikana na majamaa, tunachimba. And I would get a few coins. Now these coins are not even enough to feed me, to pay school fees. So sometimes I would get some little money. I go to college, I pay like 500. Wananiruhusu nisome like 1 week or 3 days. After that inafukuzwa.
Tena.
So that is how I studied. Actually, like half of the time I was not in school. Half of my time I was away from school. Hustling. And then I had to move. There's a friend of mine who was a military man. mwenye alikuja akajenga hapo karibu na kwetu. I think he bought some piece of land, akaanza kujenga when I was in the village. So tulikuwa tunamsaidia, so I don't know, he had that I'm in the city struggling. So akanitafuta, akaniambia come we stay. That was in Moi Air Base kwa Air Force. So I moved nikaenda kwa Air Force, and we stayed there for some time. So at least now nikapata afueni, niko na accommodation kiasi, and you know, kwa military wanapewa hiyo food. So I would go for the food uko kwa ma stores, nakuja, I used to cook, I wash his clothes, I iron, blah blah, you know, so and so forth. Alafu kuna hizi maroli zilikuwa zinapeleka watoto wa military men kwa mashule around Nairobi. These lorries zinakuanga na kamba huku nyuma. Umeona hizo maroli za mijeshi? Zinakuanga na kamba ina hang. So we made a deal with the driver that nitakuwa namusaidia kwenda kuchukua watoto na waingiza kwa lori alafu ninapata lift
ya kwenda shule.
Ya kwenda shule.
That is being smart. That is being very smart. Hauna fare sasa. You're not catering. That is being very...
So it was a deal. So I would wake up, tunaanza kukusanya watoto huko Mathare, all over. Tunawapeleka kwa mashule. Tunaenda mashule huko High Ridge, wapi. Alafu unadropiwa last. Alafu anarudi kambi. Then jioni anapitia hapo, ananichukua, tunaenda tukipika. Very good. Wow. So I survived that way for some time. Unfortunately, this friend of mine, who is now late, may so rest in peace. He was moved to Northeastern. You know, those days kulikuwa na hii mambo ya mashifta. Shifter wars. So he was among the team that was sent to northern Kenya. So when you are living in a military camp and your host leaves, you also leave. You can't stay there. You
are not part of them.
So now again I was found homeless. I'm now homeless. So what do I do now?
Wait, are you still working these odd jobs kwa base bado?
Sasa so kwa base siendi job.
How are you paying fees?
Si nina sneak huko tu, nina sneak tu huko.
You are sneaking
na sneak kwenda, nikifukuzwa ninarudi. So I would go and sababu maybe I've missed a whole week. Naenda natafuta marafiki zangu. Wanakupatia notes. Hakukuwa na stories of photocopiers nini. So I would go in the house, I copy those notes in the night. Na copy hizo notes usiku. Alafu asubuhi very early, sababu niyo kitabu ndiye ataandikia notes, I sneak in na mpatia kitabu yake. So sasa me during the week when I get time, I'm reading, seriously reading, but I'm not in school.
So that you can catch up with them.
Yeah, I can catch up. Okay. And so when my friend left, sasa I'm in a dilemma. Where do I go? What do I do? So I told myself I have to survive.
This is still in 1993?
93. So I went to Korogosho.
Lenda coach.
Coach. I went to coach. Korogosho. Nikiwa huko Korogosho nikaona watu wanauza hizi mawesti za nyanya. Unaona hizi nyanya zimefinywa huko. Mavunjika. Sasa naongea na hao wananipatia mavunjika, mimi natandika hapo. Jioni unaona unaweka nyanya kadhaa kwa Salamu huko.
Unauza?
Nauza hapo bei ya jioni, unapiga bei hapo. You get your little money. And I looked for a room in Korogosho. Ya matope.
Wow.
Floor ni vumbi. Hiyo matope, hata hiyo nyumba iko na mashimo. You can see some guys passing. Kanyumba, you guess how much I was paying rent?
400, 500.
150 shillings.
150.
Rent.
Per month, si per week ama per day.
Per week.
Per month.
Per month, yeah. And it was a struggle to raise that money. Because, okay, you are doing all these things to raise money, to eat,
Pay fees
to
also.
pay fees, to move, you know. And so it was a lot of money. So nimeishi hiyo life ya kujua Korogosho where there are no toilets.
Yeah.
So there was only one toilet kwa soko where we used to pay 1 bob. If you want to use that facility, you pay a shilling, you go there, you help yourself. Sasa usiku utajua venye utaishi.
Oh no.
So I stayed there, and still the fire to do school, I didn't want to give up. But at some point I almost gave up.
Yeah.
Because I would go even for 3 days without a meal, without food. And I would ask myself, what is this that I'm doing? I can't go home, eat, you know. So one time I left, I looked for money, nikaenda Ushago. Along the way, nikaenda...
In 93?
Yes, nikasema sasa, I need to get someone to get me out of this trouble. You know, that time, I didn't tell you I was brought up in a Catholic family. So I told myself, what about if I looked for a priest? Nasikianga wanasaidianga watu. So I remember I went to Embu and looked for the priest wa hiyo cathedral iko hapo town. Nikamwambia shida zangu. So sikumpata hiyo siku. It's not easy to get these people, priests. It's not easy. So I stayed in Embu surviving huko tu kwa natafuta marafiki tu huko, mna people you make friends with, the people they host you. Finally I was able to see him. Nikamwambia shida zangu. Unfortunately, you see now this huku hii region, see where you come from, you go to your priest
in Meru.
Yes. So I left. I went to look for my priest. Nikaenda, akaniambia, no, you have to bring your parents, blah blah.
And you're an adult.
Yes. I went, I fetched my parents. Nikaambia twende because kuna kamsaada, nataka kusaidiwa lakini they need you. So we went and we were interviewed. The father, the naitangwa father, you know.
Yeah.
The father was very tough on my dad because my dad, my dad was working. He was a teacher, but mambo ya kukunywa ikaribu a lot of things. Why are you punishing your child? I can't give you money. Enda umpatie pesa aende shule. And so I knew that my father would not give me the money. So tukafukuzwa na priest, tukaenda. But now tukafika pahali nikasema no, I can't go because if I go sitarudi shule. I went back to the priest alone now. Nikamwambia, I know my father very well. Hata nipatie hii pesa. And so I went back, I pleaded. So he gave me a letter. He told me hawezi pata pesa hapa, but he can give me a letter. I go and see the bishop. Bishop ni mtu mkubwa kwa Catholic. Ni mkubwa sana na ni mbali.
Kama kufikia father ni kazi. I can imagine.
And it's far, Meru town.
I have a question though.
Yes.
Your brother is in school. Your younger brother is in school.
Yes.
How is he paying for himself?
There was bursary. There was boom. Ilikuwa inaitwa boom.
Kama help ya side.
Yes. Walikuwa napewa pesa ya kukula, ya kujimanage. So
and do you have other siblings in school?
Wako.
And your father was not paying fees?
We are many bwana. Sisi ni wengi. A family of 9. Yeah. I was number 5. Or I am number 5.
Wow. Okay. So you have other siblings in school?
Kuna wale wako shule, so I didn't want to make it a big issue.
Okay.
Nasema let me survive. Ni see how I can survive. So I got a letter to the bishop. Kuna hizi magari zilikuwa zinaitwa Nyayo bus. Ulizipata kweli?
This is in 93.
So nikasema sahi it's around saa 9 saa 10. So I'm saying I'm not going home, I'm going straight to see the bishop. Na ni mbali, so nikaingia hiyo bus, nikaenda Meru Town Cathedral ya bishop. So nikaenda nikapiga simu. Kuna zile simu za booth,
the payphones,
zile unabeba makoini mingi. Nikapiga simu huko, ikachukuliwa bla bla, I want to see the bishop bla bla. Hapana, you can't see the bishop. Nikamwambia nimetumwa na priest fulani, I have a message for him. So I went kwa gate, nikaambiwa basi give us a message, utapata response. Nikaambia hapana, this one is very personal. I've been told to give him personally. I've been told not to give any other person.
This is not true.
This message, I was asked to deliver myself
to the bishop. Kwa mikono yake.
Because I knew nikipatia kwa watu hiyo maneno imeisha.
That is very true.
So I think God gave me a lot of wisdom.
You are a very wise person. You're a very wise man.
So akakubalia, nikaingia, nikaenda, nikangoja as usual the protocols. Tukapatana na bishop, you know. Bishop.
So this is a privilege.
A privilege. Bishop, I think he's now late. Silas Njiro. So nikaenda nikamwelezea, I gave him the letter blah blah. He read. I think he was very compassionate. Very compassionate. Tukaenda kwa office fulani, gave some instruction. Uko kwa finance office. And I was given a check. He gave me a check of 3,500.
Okay.
A check of 3,500. So nikapitia home. No, I went to town. I spent in town because it was late. I looked for a cousin of mine alikuanga anafanya mjengo, nilikuwa nasikia anajenga.
Somewhere.
I think those days we really used to survive. I'm looking for someone.
You see, I'm even thinking you don't have a phone.
You don't have a phone, but we used
unamtafuta na unampata.
Tunatafuta na tunapata. Nikaenda kulala kwa construction site. Mahali walikuwa analala wakijenga. I found him. Tukalala huko. So the following day, ninaenda kwa bank. That was my first time to get into a bank. Niko na check me hata sijui inafanyangwa.
You don't know how to bank it.
To bank ama to withdraw. I don't have an account. It's in ile ya kulipwa tu. It's an open check. So I went to, I remember it was Standard Bank. Nikaenda, nikapatiwa pesa. Kaenda
Nairobi.
No, I passed home. I passed home. I bought my mom some food. And then nikaenda.
Nairobi.
So I went with that money. I paid the balance. Nikalipa kwa shule. So that at least nisome kidogo kabla nifukuzwe tena.
How much was the school fees? Juadi saizi ujimaliza. You paid 3,500. Ukikaka unafanya kazi unarusha.
I can't remember the figures. It's long time ago. But I had a huge balance. School fees. So I paid, I was allowed to resume, nikasoma. So that is how my life, it was a tough one. It was tough. I was, so ikakuja wakati wa exam. So I'm supposed to pay for exam. Na sina pesa. Pesa imeisha. Natafuta pesa na kuna deadline. I don't have the money. So I decided to borrow some fare nikuje nyumbani kuomba mzee. pesa ya kuregister for exam. Mzee, I remember that evening we had a very bad
altercation.
Yes. And I felt very bad, but so I told him, it's okay. You don't care about me, about I've struggled in Nairobi now. Pesa ya kulipa exam, you can't even borrow if you don't have. So nikamwambia it's fine, let me go back, but I won't come back home again.
Really?
Anyway.
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway, it was a bad, but I went back to Nairobi. Tulikuwa tunasoma naye primary, the father was rich. So I went to him, akanipatia fare ya kurudi.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And some little pocket money. So I went back. Let me cut the long story short. I did my exam. And when I did my exam, I went back. Sasa siwezi kaa Nairobi kuhaso. Nitahaso, it's disturbing.
It's a lot.
Nikakuja Ushago tena.
You went back to Nairobi.
I got sick. I think I had accumulated a lot of pressure. Over that period, I got seriously sick and I was admitted in hospital for about 2 weeks. So after that, nikarudi nyumbani because I'm waiting for results. So someone told me results zimetokea. So I took another trip. That was around, I think November. Around November.
Living in your time is difficult.
Of 99. Yeah.
Living at that time is...
It was difficult.
You had to go back to Nairobi to get your results?
Yes. I mean, which other way? No other way. Yeah.
Gen Z cannot survive. This
survive.
Generation could never.
So I came to Nairobi, okay, nikaenda, nikaambiwa hold on, wait kidogo, sijui results, I don't know whether they were being tallied or something, tangoja. So as I was waiting, now as I'm waiting, I've gone to stay. There's another elder brother of mine alikuwa Nairobi anafanya mjengo tu, kusurvive tu. Nikamtafuta, nikaanza kukaa na yeye. Nikingoja. So in the meantime, I didn't tell you, during my study, we used to go for attachment. I went for my attachment at USIU in 93, the same 93, for 1 month. So nilifanya attachment huko. So when I came to Nairobi to check my results, I said, I've made a few friends in USIU. Let me go and say hi.
Yeah.
Sabu, I'm just idle here. So I went to USIU. I met my boss there. Welcome. Welcome, Nicholas. Where have you been? We had advertised for a job here. Did you apply? Nikamwambia, mi sikujua. I mean, utajuaje uko Ushago? I didn't know. He told me, you need to. You are very good. When you worked here, we liked your job. Blah, blah, we liked your work. So, na walikuwa wamefunga applications the previous day. Wana sasa wamefunga applications the previous day. Sasa nita apply aja na wamefunga. Yeah. So he told me, go and talk to our boss, the university librarian, was a mzungu. USIU that time ilikuwa na wazungu wengi sana. So I went to her office upstairs. Kapata secretary, nikamwambia, but now I shifted the story. Sasa ni kama nilikuwa na ujanja ingine. You know how to get yourself out of some situations. I was very desperate, and I've gone through a very hard life. It's still hard. Yeah. I've not come out of the woods. So I told Jael, our secretary, nikamwambia, Jael, I had applied for a job here. No. Yeah, that's what I told her. I don't know whether barua yangu ilifi. Najua ni zile zilikuwa zinatumwa kwa posta zinapotea. zinapotea kwa posta. Saa sijui kama ilifika haikufika. Can you check for me? Anyway, may God forgive me. So siku hizo sikuwa nimeokoka. Okay. Akaniambia okay, let me check. Akaangalia,
anatafuta barua haiko.
Mimi najua haiko lakini anatafuta tu. Akatafuta, are you sure you? Yes.
And you're very confident.
Yeah, hata sicheki. Katafuta, kakosa. Kaniuliza, no, what should we do? Applications have been closed.
I can write another one.
Akaniambia, nikamuuliza, can I talk to your boss?
Yeah.
The university librarian. Alikuwa tunajuana vizuri. She liked my work when I worked there. So, Mrs. Kinara, I don't know whether she was married to a Kenyan. So, nikaenda, nikamwambia, bla bla, ilikuwa hivi. Barua ipatikani, bla bla. Akaita secretary, akamwambia, give him a full stamp.
To write another letter. To apply for the job again.
Yes, let him. Yeah. To have a record. So I was given a full stamp na kalamu. Nikakati pale kwa secretary, nikaandika application. Ikawekwa. Now, you know I'm not a town person. I don't have a dwelling in the city. So sitajua waki shortlist, sitajua wakiitana interview, how will I know? So I told her, vile nimepeana hiyo barua, nikaambia Mrs. Kinara, our boss, then now that me I'm going back to the village, I don't have a dwelling in the city. Please assure me that I'll be shortlisted. Number 2, tell me when the interviews will be conducted so that I come that time. Nikuje tu interviews. Kaniangalia tu akacheka.
Your boss now, your former boss.
So akaniambia, okay, sawa, we'll shortlist you.
And then we will contact you to tell you about.
Then they'll contact me na nini na hakuna simu. How will they even contact me? So I'm asking them to give me a date. Enye watafanya interviews so that I come because there's no way of communication. They wata communicate aje. Because if they write a letter, ipotelee posta, ama ikiwa, I don't know, I'll miss the opportunity. So she gave me a date.
You are shortlisted immediately.
I immediately.
Being wise.
And so I remember the interviews were in December of 93. December of 93, and I think it was around 16th of December, if I recall. Tukakuja interview. I found very many guys in suits and watu wamefanya kazi sipe, sijui craft, I don't know where they are coming.
Everyone wants an interview.
Sa hiyo, do I even have my certificate? I have not picked my certificate that time.
Results zishatoka?
Results zimetoka, but I'm having some anxiety and fears because I know I have a balance.
In school?
Yes.
You managed to sit for your exams?
Yes.
With a balance?
Yes. I managed. What happened, when I got money to pay for the exam, I went to the accountant. Nikamwambia hii pesa, wacha kuweka hii pesa, andika ni ya exam. Because ukiweka pesa itaenda kulipa madeni. So nikamwambia hii utaweka kwa exam, nitakuja kukilia fees baadaye. So that's how I was able to do my
exam.
My exam. And kafanya exam. So saa hiyo tunaitwa interview, mimi sina karatasi. I've not picked my certificate. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Everyone here has their papers ready.
Wamevaa masuti huko, mimi nimevaa kasweta kengine hapo. Kamechapa.
Just a boy from Meru.
Na viatu zimekauka.
Yeah.
And so we went for interviews, and I passed the first round. We were many.
Okay.
So
Mnaenda
round ya
huku mkiwa
kwanza,
eliminated.
so I was fortunate to get into round
Round
ya
2.
mwisho. So
How many
I
rounds?
think nilikuwa tu hiyo na ingine moja.
Okay.
So tuliachwa watu watatu. 3 of us were to come
Okay.
another day. Na hiyo siku tuliambiwa sasa, tukiwa hapo tukaambiwa fulani you will come for a final interview.
Yeah.
So I went. Now hii interview ya pili bado sina certificate. Ninaogopa kuendea certificate because I know I have a balance.
Yeah.
And they will start now making trouble for me.
Yeah.
So nikuwa tu na imani. I think even before I got born again, I had a lot of faith. Yeah. So tukaenda hiyo interview ya pili, still in December. It was before Christmas. Tukafanya interview. Wow, nikasikia hiyo trajectory ya maswali. Hii job bwana nimepata.
Ni yangu.
Unajua kuna ile maswali unaulizangwa unajua sasa.
Yeah.
So I got the job.
Oh wow.
I got the job. And I was supposed now to begin in January of 94. 3rd January.
Wow.
Monday.
First
3rd
day
January 1990. My first day of work as an employee. So nikapata job. So kukaa kidogo hapo. Now before tuende kazi, nikaambiwa now that you have a job, we need all your documents. Ndio nifunguliwe file ya mfanyikazi.
Yeah.
So that is when I got the courage to go to college.
To get your certificate.
And you know, God works in mysterious ways.
Very much, yeah.
Because when I went to college, I found the director there. Mr. I.K. Njuguna. Ignatius Karaoke Njuguna. He was my lecturer. He was the director. He also used to teach at KU. So when he saw me, he came, akatoka kwa ofisi yake akakuja akani-embrace. Nashinda, what is this drama? Welcome, Nicholas. Where have you been? You have made us proud. You know, we are very proud of you.
Yeah.
Come. Kaenda tukakaa kwa ofisi yake. Nikaambia, keti hapo. Kaniambia, you've done us proud. You know, you have passed so well. Umetupekea map ya nini ya college pale juu.
Really?
You've done so well. And we even want to give you a scholarship. Come and do your diploma, blah, blah. Then he called the secretary. Akamwambia lete hizo certificates. Kaleta certificate. Akatoa yangu. Kaniambia, look. Actually, I had gotten distinctions. Kwa nini zote. I had done very well. You know, someone who has not gone to classes. But I used to read seriously. When I get time, I used to read. Yes, I used to read seriously.
Wow.
With all those challenges. Hakuniuliza fees. Alileta hiyo, kuna pahali mna signingi.
The book,
the black book. Sign here.
Confirming that you've taken your results.
Yeah. Nikaweka certificate kwa A4 envelope.
And that was it.
Sasa, no one raised the issue of, I knew I had a huge balance. He didn't raise it. I didn't want to talk about it because I knew.
Yeah.
Now this is an opportunity niko nayo ya kazi. Sasa, sijui kama wameniwevia. I suspect labda wameniwevia. Yeah. I didn't even ask. I did not ask. So akaniambia, you go and think whether you want to come back. Nikamwambia,
for the scholarship they were to offer.
So I told him, I'm grateful for the opportunity, but you can give it to someone else because nimepata kazi. And I'm very grateful. Nikachukua certificate yangu. Nikaenda.
To USIU.
So that's how I started my journey in USIU from 94. I worked there. It was a small university then. Haikuwa kubwa sana. I knew all the students.
Oh.
Nilikuwa najua students wote.
They were frequenting the library.
I used to know what they are doing. Unafanya IR. huyu anafanya BA, huyu anafanya whatever. I used to know psychology. I used to know them. So nikafanya kazi huko mpaka 2005.
1994.
That's 12 and a half years. 12 and a half. I counted 12 and a half years I was there. So 205. But while I was still there, I enrolled for... No, wait. Nikiwa huko nikarudi SPS sasa kujilipia diploma.
The diploma.
I said now I'm earning, let me pay for myself. I used to go for evening classes. Nikamaliza in 2 years.
So you did a diploma in?
The same field, Librarian and Information Science.
Okay.
So, but then I came back to USIU. I enrolled for a degree program. Yeah. In International Business Administration, IBA, marketing option. Nilisoma 7 years and 7 years and some months.
That's more than half of half the time you were working there.
Yeah, because now you are working.
Yeah.
Now you are working, so the only time you could go to class was
in the evening.
In the evening. So you can see it took that long. It took that long, but eventually I was able to finish, graduate in 2005. 2005.
Oh, wow.
Then 2006. No, 2006, I left.
You left USIU. Oh, you left USIU and went to Daystar.
I got an opportunity in Daystar.
Okay. Yeah. Up until now. Up until uko USIU sasa. Are you born again? I remember you had said
I got born again in 1994 when I started working.
At USIU?
A few months later, I gave my life to Christ. Yes. So
from someone who has been raised Catholic, you now joined a new church.
You know, when I left home and came to the city, I was not very keen on the Catholic. I used to go to churches, you know, and there makanisa too. I think I was what do you call it? I was hopping.
Church hopping a lot.
Yeah, a lot, yeah. Yeah. But something in me was telling me, my heart was telling me I need to do something about my life. And even hizo crusade, I would get an opportunity, I would go to Huru Park. Hizo crusade za kina Moiro, kina anaitwa Wairimu Nelson. There were people like kina Bonke used to come. Reinhard Bonke, K.A. Paul, kuna watu walikuwa nakuja. So I used to feel there's something that I need to do, but of course I was fearing. Unajua, kama sijakwambia, I had done catechism. Catechism unafanya 3 years. 3 years of ni kama hii ya madrasa ya Waislamu. Unafanya hiyo kwanza, hiyo ya dini kabisa inaingia 3 years of catechism in Catholic. So I was a deep Catholic.
You had done catechism?
Yes, 3 years. I used to sing. I even used to sing.
In the choir.
I was almost a page boy. I used to know everything.
Altar boy mnakaa hapo na the
boy tunakaa na father hapo. Nilikuwa najua kila kitu. Yeah. And so
but coming to Nairobi changed that.
It changed that. And actually I used to go mostly, nilikuwa naenda kanisa. KU, the student service. Because I was living in Kahawa. Even when I got a job, I was living in Wendani. So I used to go mostly to the students service. But then along the way, nikaenda Kawasukari. There was a Baptist church there. I started.
Kawasukari Baptist?
Ilikuwa shule. It was a school. There was a Kawasukari, Kawa secondary school, but kulikuwa na
a Baptist
church ilikuwa ya wazungu, walikuwa wanatoka pale Thika Road.
Okay.
Wazungu ndio walikuwa wengi hapo. But there was a pastor there. I remember there was a pastor alikuwa anaitwa Pio. He must have gone to the US. I think so. So I used to go there when I get time. And that is where I actually went to confess my faith. Na mimi niliokoka nikiwa kwangu.
Kwa nyumba. How did it happen? Tell us how that happened.
I felt a strong conviction. You know, it's something that was, I think it was happening.
Yeah, it was building up.
It was building up. But one Saturday, I'm just in my house, and I felt this very strong conviction within me. Very strong and very powerful that this is the time. This is the time. And I actually prayed in my house. I prayed in my house, but I went to church on Sunday the following day, and I told the pastor, I have already given my life to
Nice.
but I've come to you so that you can lead
For
me.
guidance,
For guidance. So he prayed with me, introduced me, and that has the journey now started.
Yeah.
Started
1994.
1994, uko mwisho. And so it has been, I didn't have a church. Really, I did not have a church, I could say. I went there, but I wasn't feeling like this is the place
you belong.
I belong. So I'm still hoping.
Unachungulia tu kitafuta.
I'm still hoping. Naenda Deliverance, uko Zima, sijui naenda PCA, then sijui I hoped a bit. But mahali nilikuwa very comfortable ni KU wa student service. Kina Kigame, I think Kigame, Jiveti, they were there. They had a very wonderful, kwanza singing. Hiyo ilikuwa inanivuruta kabisa. The music. So I would go there. So one day I come to, that was 97. There was a friend of mine who used to worship here. And he invites me to come. So I come here. And that was 97. So I come here. I meet Pastor Gilbert. Tulikuanga tunasalimia pastor pale tukitoka. Sijui, do you do the same?
Yes.
Now?
Yes.
We used to greet the pastor.
Yeah.
As
They
we exit.
leave the first one, and then now the congregants. Yeah, they still do.
So I went, nikasalimia pastor. I don't know, he just looked at me na akanotice I'm a new pastor.
Member. Yeah.
Kaniambia, you are new here.
Considering it's a small church at the time.
Please don't go home. After this, please wait for me kwa ofisi yangu pale. Really? I'm coming to see you. Of course you obey the pastor. Sindio?
Yeah.
After that nikaenda nikamgoja, tukaenda kwa ofisi yake, chat hivi. Kaniambia, please, if you liked our church and I think you did, please come next Sunday, blah blah, let's worship together, blah blah. So the following Sunday I didn't come.
You went back to your usual church?
So I didn't come. So I missed that Sunday. I came the other Sunday. Nikaskip, nikakuja. So again tukimsalimia, I didn't see you last Sunday.
That's a keen person.
So nikaona this man of God is very keen to notice
his congregants.
So he told me, please wait for me
again in the office.
So, Pastor Gilbert. So I felt now these are people who really value relationships. So I told my, this is somebody who values relationships. Anafuatilia mtu mgeni.
Imagine. And he doesn't know you.
Yeah, he doesn't even know me.
That's beautiful.
So that's how I ended up here. So, and I started serving here. You know, I did discipleship. I was discipled here by Mama Mami and this anaitwa Kaoya.
Faustin
Kaoya was my teacher.
Oh, wow.
We did mpaka hizi Master Life.
Oh.
Hizo vitabu mingi.
Hey.
There, how many? Are they 6 or
Master
5?
Life, yeah.
We did Master
The
Life
Growing in Christ
for 3 years.
Yeah.
Master Life we did for 3 good years. I finished. It was tough, but we did it. Ilinisaidia to grow my faith. And then I was serving here. I was singing in the choir, blah blah. I was ushering, and that's how I spent my life here.
You felt home. At least
I felt at
this
home.
one. Yeah.
And there are very good people here. Kina Dr. Moses Mwangi was such a nice, such a nice man. He made us feel at home.
Awesome. Oh, that is so nice.
And the late Anthony Mwangi. Yeah. He was my neighbor in Wendani, so I joined the fellowship huko. Kaingia fellowship ingine I was very young. A bit young. So they helped us. There was here kina Moses Mwangi, Daktari Anthony Mwangi. Then there was Pastor Joe Michael. And then, of course, now I was introduced to other people who made me settle here very well. Yeah, and I was here. I did my wedding here, 1999.
You joined in 97?
Yes.
99?
Yes.
You had a wedding?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
But we went for reception in USIU. Yeah, tulifanyia hapa tukaenda kukula huko kwa cafeteria. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's my life here. My life here, basically, yes.
Okay. Now you've left. You left USIU in 2005. You said.
Yes.
And joined Daystar.
2006.
2006.
Yes.
2006.
Yeah.
Joined Daystar.
I joined Daystar.
Still in the library department.
Library. Yes. Actually, they had. I think there's a time they were coming to benchmark people from Daystar.
Oh.
Because we automated our library services from around 1997, and that was kitambo because many libraries were still manual.
Yeah.
So we embraced technology a long time ago.
And considering it's a US.
Yeah. So the level of service was
top notch.
Top notch.
Way ahead of the ones in Kenya.
We were way ahead of so many other organizations. So we had automated. I was part of that process. I understood it very well. So some delegation came. They didn't find my boss there. So they were asking some questions. I took them through. And I think they took a lot of interest because my going to Daystar was more of a poaching.
Really?
Yeah, because they needed someone to help them navigate that process. They wanted
the
to
same
automate.
system. They adopted it there.
No, a different system. Library automation. But they didn't have someone within, within the organization, within the library, with that
the knowledge.
Mtu alikuwa ametembea hiyo safari. So when I went to Daystar, immediately I was tasked. I was called to a meeting and I was told, this is the team you'll be working with. Please ensure this project succeeds. So I went there immediately.
Started.
But your kazi. We did it. It was a US funded project. So we had a donor from the US. We used to communicate. I think Wazungus, they are very strict on the money that they give you. So every week I had to do reports, progress reports. Every week I'll tell them this is what we've done, this is what we are doing, this is the gap, this is what we need. Then they would release funds
for the next project,
for the next phase. So mnasonga hivyo mkiwa update kama kuna changes, kama for example even changes in the exchange rates. You still have to update to account why as this. Tell them, you see, the shilling now is exchanging.
Imeshuka kidogo, imepanda kidogo.
But we had a very good time. We completed the project on time, actually even ahead of time. And we started now, our library now became more of automated. We discarded the old cards. Sijui kama wewe umesoma.
No, actually I'm very curious about knowing how this library automation, what it is, because honestly, nilisomea KU for a few years.
Munatoa card, zile card munafanya hivi. Tule tu card.
Yenye imeandikwa kitabu.
How are you accessing? How are you getting books from the shelves? How do you know where a book is?
They're organized in schools. If it is School of Economics, they have their own floor, their own section.
Amkuwa mnatumia catalog?
No.
So how would you know which book and where it is?
I don't even know.
So that is what a library is supposed to organize. Information in a manner that makes it very easy for any user to pick an item within the shortest possible time. You see, we are talking about, we call it a compendium of knowledge. You know, you have so much. You have thousands and thousands of items in the library. How do you pick one within 2 minutes? Through cataloging, through classification, and then you help the user to get a locator. You call it a locator. A locator is that call number. Have you heard of a call number? Hiyo number una record, alafu ikikupeleka maybe school of whatever. Things are organized in a way. On the spine of a book. Let me show you.
Okay.
Kuna hizi number unaonanga.
Oh yes. They're like a, what do they call it? It's like a serial number of some sort.
Kuna number hapa.
Yeah.
We call it a call number.
Oh, it's a call number.
Inaitwa call number in the library jargon. So hiyo ndio inakusaidia
kujua which book.
And
its location also.
Okay. So that is the one that is you find kwa catalog. Alafu utapick, for example, you want a book on what? Psychology of human behavior. For example. So utatype hiyo. Okay, now the old catalog, ile ya manual, you would go to
the shelves and peruse the books.
Kulikuwa na kisanduku. Kisanduku kilikuwa na tu cards. Catalog cards. Sasa hizo ndio una peruse mpaka upate. It was very tedious. Although ilikuwa marked, but it was tedious and time wasting and a lot of. But now we are converting that one into an automated one, where now you go to a computer, what we call an OPAC, online public access catalog. You type what you want, just the way you go to Google and type something. So utaenda pale utype, either you select by title, it will give you options. You go to the OPAC, there's that terminal there. You either type by title, if you know the title. If you don't know the title, you can type by subject. If you don't know subject, maybe you know the author, you can type there by author. Itakupatia.
Okay.
Then you record that number somewhere. It is that number ndio unaenda nayo kwa shelves to help you locate the book that you are looking for.
That is so easy.
So you are using many academic libraries use a system called LC, Library of Congress. That's a story for another day, how the LC was developed in the US Congress. So use that number to locate. Like now, many years after I left the library, I even know how to go about it. Nikienda library, I don't use OPAC. I don't use it. I don't go to type because they're in my head.
You know them?
Yes, ziko kwa kichwa. I used to do cataloging, classification.
Yeah.
If I want a book in marketing, I'll just go to HF 5415 dot something. Nitaenda hapo nitapata. I want a book on leadership. I'll go to HD 57 point something. I want a book economics.
Wait, this is in all
yes,
libraries?
Yes. If I want a book in economics, macro, I'll go to HB 172 dot.
You can access this information online.
If you want to test what I'm telling you, go to a library catalog. You type there, you'll see what I'm telling you.
What do you mean?
Ziko kwa kichwa.
Like, I go to Macmillan Library.
Macmillan, they use
a different
DDC.
That's a different system.
Yes, DDC, but today DDC is almost obsolete.
So in schools, they use almost the same system. So you go to a
universities and colleges.
So you go to USIU, the library, and the one in KU, same thing.
Same. They use the same. You go to Nairobi, the same. You go to Daystar, same. You go to Catholic, same. You go to Kirinyaga University, same. It's a universal system of classification.
Oh.
It's a universal system because that way, library can also do what we call interlibrary lending. Yeah, because libraries borrow also from each other when there is need. Yes, you can borrow from Nairobi. Nairobi can borrow from USIU. There is that exchange program. So they need to have a commonality in terms of the system of classification. So, yeah, so I did that and tukafanya kazi mzuri.
At Daystar now. How long did you stay at Daystar? Okay, this information library many fascinated. I didn't know they use the same system.
Yeah, it's a science.
Oh, wow.
A library science, it is a science actually. It is a science of classifying information. That means you bring like things together and unlike things you remove. I mean, if, for example, you are doing theology, you will bring all books. The science will bring. Zitanunuliwa zote zikuja hapo, but you classify them in such a manner that all books that are in theology, you find them in one place. Vitabu za economics utazipata pamoja. Zikiwa classified by title, by author, something we call kata number, by author, and by date of publication. Ilipublishiwa mwaka gani. So all that information we do, that is a science that you go to study when you go to college to study library science, information science. It makes it very easy for anyone doing research, anyone who's reading, to access. Because my work as an information scientist is to link the student or the researcher to the correct source of information. Now we've gone even ahead. We've gone to, journals, non-book materials.
Yeah.
We have also been able to bring them as part of the collection so that you'll be able to access not only the books, but also other sources of information. Because information now is very wide.
Yeah.
And we used to subscribe to a lot of journals.
Yeah.
You pay and then you are able to access. And so if someone is, for example, in Daystar, actually I was tasked, part of my task was to help the students in their master's programs and in the PhD program to access information for research. So lazima ujue, someone will come and with a need.
Yeah.
You see, a student comes with a need.
True.
They tell you, I'm writing a paper on this. I can't find information. What do you have?
Help me, yeah.
How can you help me? So nikisikiza, I'll be able to break down that into something that can link that person to what we have.
They need. Oh.
What they need. Nitakwambia enda kwa section fulani or enda kwa hii, enda utype hivi, follow this, ama nitaenda na yeye kwa computer nimuonyeshe. Because most of these libraries like USIU, Daystar, they have very rich collections in terms of journals, not the physical. Computers ziko hapo na tumesubscribe international journals.
Yeah.
If you want
So
a
it's
journal,
just feeding information and you get
feeding,
it.
and then you are getting articles because you prepay.
Yeah.
You get articles that are peer reviewed. Peer reviewed, I mean, today if you go to, people are doing research that is, a lot of people are doing research that is not authentic.
True.
Because you go to Google, you type whatever comes, you think it's
Yeah,
valid.
the first one.
You think it's
the
valid.
first link.
It is not, because even you can post anything on
True.
Google. So we have to validate what we are using. Is this a reveal? Is this an academic paper? Has it been reviewed? What we call peer reviewed? Has it been passed? You know, by experts in that field. That is what we can qualify for you to quote as a source of information.
Yeah.
Not anything else.
You just don't quote any
you
article.
Don't quote any article or anything. So that is part of the work of librarians and information scientists. By the way, librarians know a lot in terms of information. Ni vile haijulikani.
Of course. Unajua mtu anaweza fika kazi ya librarian ni kukatwa hapo kwa library na kukungoja akupatie kitabu ama kwambie enda pale.
They know a lot. They know so much about, I can tell you many things. Yeah. If you are looking for this, I tell you, okay, go to this. I will even tell you even libraries. If this is your field, I will tell you library X will help you more than library Y.
Yeah.
Are you getting?
Yeah.
Because if you are doing theology, why should you go to USIU to look for theology books? You will not find them. Maybe you'll find one or
few. Yeah. That's not their specialty.
So if you are doing communication, I'll tell you, like yourself, you are in the media. I'll tell you DESTA is a very good place to go. Yes.
Okay.
I will tell you, go to DESTA. That is where you'll find.
That's where I'll find my books.
Yes, that's where you find
and
help.
The information I need. Yeah.
So that is a field of library science.
Oh wow. It's a course on its own.
Yeah,
the work is not to just sit down on a desk or behind a desk and help
it's
you.
a misconception.
Oh wow.
It's a misunderstanding.
Okay. So at DESTA, how long did you spend at
DESTA? About 6.5 years.
Did you further your studies when you were
Actually, when I was still at DESTA, I enrolled for a master's degree. That is 2008. I enrolled at Pan-Africa Christian University, Park University, for a master's in leadership. Yeah. There's a unit I did while at USIU, a unit in leadership. I think there's something that clicked.
Yeah.
Just a unit.
Iliwasha socket plan ya
kuna kakitu tu, curiosity.
Yeah.
And I began seeing that a lot of the challenges that we have everywhere, in organizations, in companies, in churches, everywhere, if you trace, most of those challenges can be traced to leadership.
Yeah, true.
Either poor leadership, lack of it. Organizations that succeed and do very well, you look at it, you study, you see, it is a leadership. It is a leadership. And so I got vaccinated. I wanted to understand this thing about leadership more.
Yeah.
So I enrolled there 2008. And I graduated in 2010.
With a master's.
Yes, in leadership.
Let me tell you, your story is very inspiring because you started from a certificate.
Yes.
Certificate. From
yes.
Zero affording, not being able to afford school fees, and you holding a harambe so that they can support you, to now having a master's.
Yeah.
Yo.
It is resilience. It is resilience. It is focus. So I completed my course, and that was 2010. Yeah. I still continued working at DESTA. But something was telling me I need to do more. Now when we completed the project that was keeping me very engaged,
you felt like you were done.
I felt like
There's nothing more.
I don't like routine. I'm one person who is very uncomfortable with routine.
One structure.
You can imagine now you are here. Your only job is to stamp or sign, stamp and fine. Are you growing?
No. There's no growth, honestly.
So I am very uncomfortable with status quo. I'm very uncomfortable as a person with routines. For years. You know, I'm doing the same thing.
Over and over.
You know, like when I was in the library, I would not consult even the tools. You know, we have tools that you consult, you know, Library of Congress, subject headings, blah, blah. There are tools you consult when you are classifying, when you are cataloging to check, including the kata table, blah, blah, hizo tools. It reached a time when myself, I was the tool.
You've worked with this tool.
I didn't even need it.
You didn't need them anymore.
I just pick a book. Within no time, I've flipped through the book. I flip through, just check what is this book all about. I give it subject headings on the spot. What is this? Who is the author? I give it a kata number. They are in my head. You know, I just do it like it's...
Asubuhi.
Yani, you kitu, hakuna kitu, I'm not even
you're
thinking.
You're not working, you're not...
Because I'm done with
You've
it.
mastered
Yeah,
it.
I've mastered. So inafika pahali, unajua kuna vile kitu inafika inakuwa boring.
Yeah. Stagnation. That's
what you feel like you are stagnating. Yeah. So while I was still there, at Desta, I went to, you know, I do things some crazy way sometimes. I went to this Mount Kenya University in town.
Okay.
Hapo Moyaven. Mi naenda tu kazini, I'm in a suit. Niko na ka briefcase kangu kazuri. Naona, wait, this is Mount Kenya University. I turned back and I went up looking for the principal. I went, I didn't find the principal. I saw the door, deputy principal.
You went in.
Nika knock. He was there. Nikaingia, nikamsalimia, I'm so and so. Akaniambia, I'm so and so. I've come here because naomba nipatie kazi hapa ya kufundisha. You know, casually like that. Hata sijafanya application. It's a good university. I would like to teach here. Do you have your documents? Na nilikuwa nazo kwa nini?
Ulikuwa nazo kwa briefcase?
Yes, nikampatia. Akaangalia, oh wow, this is good. This is very good, blah blah. But now, hatuna nafasi sahi. Leave your number and your documents.
We shall call you.
Tukipata
nafasi. This time kuna simu. Unaweza
pigiwa. It was 2011. 2011, I think. So, 2011, yes. So, nikaenda. A week later, the guy calls me. Oh, there is this lecturer who was supposed to come, and he has not come 1 week down the line. Students are camping here to complain. Are you able to handle this and this class? Pitia hapa jioni ukitoka job. Kapitia kani brief, and you must come to class tomorrow because the students are on our neck. They have paid. So that night I didn't sleep.
You had to go read.
I had to go prepare very fast for my lecture. This is my first time I'm going to...
And what are you going to lecture on?
Marketing.
Yeah.
Marketing. I love reading. But I've enrolled 5 times.
Oh, for your PhD. Why?
I've never picked. You know, ninaenda alafu mefanya JQuat twice, pack thrice, I think.
Enrolling.
Na ninasoma semester mzima.
Lakini hizo semester hawezi zishikanisha alafu.
Hawezi shikanisha. Nasoma alafu hiyo pesa inakuwa mingi. Because I have my children, I have a lot of things. Naona hii pesa. Actually, the main thing is
it's expensive.
Napiga hesabu, how will I finance? So nakaa naona, let me go back. Naenda
unangangana unalipa hiyo semester.
Nasikia hiyo pesa ninaacha.
Nyingi sana.
So but I'm still stuck there.
You still want to go back?
No, at my age. For what?
It's never too late. You've already shown us that
what will I do with it now?
A PhD. It's just an accolade that you'll have. We will call you doctor.
Unless I have a lot of money, I would rather invest that. But it's a good thing.
Yeah.
If you have
Dr. Nicholas.
Finance, but it's a good thing because also it encourages our children to aspire to go to school. And so I decided now it's too much. Let me go and do how it happens. So I made, by the way, I take a lot of risks myself. So I risked 2013. Nikasema sitaki kazi.
You resigned?
I resigned.
Or retired? Resigned.
2013.
From MKU also?
No, from
Daystar.
From Daystar. Nikaacha kazi. Kaanza kufunza sijui hapo Daystar, no, MKU. Then nikapata kidogo hapo St. Paul's. Nikapata another time kidogo hapo
freelancer.
Sasa ile wanaita moonlighting. I don't know what happens when there is no moon. So nikafanya hiyo. Along the way someone called me. Someone was starting a training and consultancy company. But that person was our student in Daystar. Kuna wakati nilimsaidia kwa mambo fulani hapo akisoma, and she really liked it. So she looked for me. Akaniambia, I'm starting this with my husband, this blah blah. Please, I know you the potential. The way I saw you.
It is your
you are the
person.
I need, you are the one we need to work with us. So nikaenda. They were setting up a company in Westlands. There was nothing. There was no content. There was nothing. Yani we are just
scratch.
Starting.
You're building it from
building from scratch. Ground. And niuliza, how does this happen now? And me, I think God has given me this gift of trying to figure out things. So I developed content. So much content from scratch. We developed training areas that we wanted to venture into. And we started looking for business. And we got business.
You did.
We got business, we trained, we blah, blah, we did. And along the way, I felt I needed to do this thing. Okay. In the university, I used to train students.
In leadership?
Know how to access information, how to write papers, blah, blah. So I think somehow I was exposed in one way or the other. And now I've taught a bit, so at least. But teaching and training are two different things.
True.
It's not the same. You just have a small advantage, but it's not the same. It's different. So I decided I wanted to be a certified trainer. So I enrolled to be a certified trainer. I have a certificate, 2 of them.
Really?
Yes, I'm a certified trainer by NITA, National Industrial Training Authority. So niko nazo. So now that I'm training with confidence.
Unajua kenye unafanya.
Najua kenye ninafanya. I understand my audience. I need to do what we call training needs assessment before ukiniambia nikuja ni train watu wako, I won't just come. I have to have a sitting with you.
True.
Who are these people?
Understanding them first.
What is their level of education? What do they do? So that the training that I bring on board is relevant. Because training is not adding more information to people. People have a lot of information. Training is supposed to help people use the information, the knowledge they have, to bring value to the organization, to change behavior, okay? To deliver. That's why you have a lot of people with masomo mingi, but still there's nothing.
Yeah.
No results.
Yeah.
So training helps you or your audience to be able to harness what they have to bring value to the organization, to discover who they are, what they are not doing and they need to do. That is what training is all about in a nutshell.
Yeah.
So nikaenda nikafanya hiyo. So I moved after some time. I moved from that company. I got into another one still in Westlands. Tukafanya huko, it was more of a partnership. Nikaona kama atupelekani vizuri. Nikatoka, nikaenda nikafungua ofisi yangu.
As a training consultant.
Yes. Nikafungua ofisi yangu.
Wow.
Na kampuni yangu. And I did a bit of that. I've done a lot of trainings and consultancy.
Training on all levels.
Corporate. Corporates, adults. We call them adults in organizations. I've trained the county government of Baringo, the first government. We enda kutrain huyo governor na timu yake huko Mombasa. Tumetrain government, tumetrain kwa real estate, tumetrain many places and many people across the country. Naenda huku, naenda Nakuru, Naivasha, Mombasa, Nyeri, all over the place. At churches.
Even churches.
But they have not called me.
They should. They should. They have your number,
Pengine tumezoeana sana. O pengine sijauliza kazi.
So training you've done. And there's always a need for training.
Yeah.
In every organization.
Capacity building is very important. And I came to realize when I was doing my leadership, people call themselves leaders. They don't know. A leader is not defined by title and position. You know, people are given positions. Unaitwa chairman, unaitwa treasurer, then you think you are a leader. A title does not make you a leader.
True.
Leadership is it's a responsibility. It is results. It is a legacy. It is a lot of other things that are very far from the title. The title just gives you a platform to exercise leadership. But many people think now that I'm here, I know everything. You load it over people.
Yeah.
and so on and so on. And so I'm very extremely passionate about that area. I've trained in so many things, but in leadership and customer service, those two, they stick out for me.
Really?
Yes.
Customer service?
Customer service. I've done it many times in many places. Because you find also businesses are collapsing because of, businesses don't exist for themselves. They exist to support a customer need or to serve if you don't understand the customer, if you don't understand what their need is, address it, you close that shop very fast. You close it very fast. Yeah.
So your work is to educate a business on how to satisfy the customer's needs.
Not just to satisfy, but to give them an experience
that they won't find anywhere else.
They won't find it anywhere else.
Okay.
We have moved away from customer service long time ago, or customer care. We are now talking about customer experience. Wakikuja hapo, the experience, they don't feel like going anywhere else. Because of, it's a package you give. It's not just a product you sell. You sell a package to your customer.
Yeah.
You sell a package, including how you speak to them. Yeah? How do you speak to them? How do you respond to their queries? At what speed do you deliver what they need? Do you delay? Do you follow up? Yeah?
Follow-up is also very important.
So there are so many aspects of what people call customer service that remain just a term, but in reality, people run away. People run away from your enterprise, from your business, sometimes because of very little things.
True.
But those little things are the ones that matter. Yeah? You come to a place, they even give you a glass of juice. It's an experience. You don't want to go away from that place. Utarudi.
Yeah.
Probably you are spending 10,000. A glass of juice is probably 100 shillings.
True.
But you can lose all that. Okay? So that's what I've been doing. And then was it last year, but 2023, a friend of mine called me, CEO of a company that I trained. When I was training, kaniambia, hey, Nicholas, where are you? I'm here, blah blah. Can we meet? I want to have a meeting with you, tukule lunch, tuongee mawili matatu. So we met, and so kaniambia, tuko na hii shida, nataka ukuje utusaidie hapa na hapa. So we sat with the board and we agreed. So I'm back to work.
You're
10
back to
years
work.
later. 10 years.
Yeah, they've
10
given you an
years,
opportunity.
yeah.
As a consultant?
No. As a human resource person.
Allah. You're all
As a
rounded.
human
Like
resource. Human resource
It's-
manager.
yeah.
That's what I do there now. That's what I'm doing now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Nitakuuliza hiyo swali tukimaliza.
Now deal with the people.
Yeah, now you deal with employees.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Your career journey is very interesting. Even the education bit, and it's very encouraging.
Thank you.
Any from someone who couldn't afford a meal, has a master's, ni PhD tu ameshindwa kuendelea, but he could also have a PhD. Like Nicholas, you have
I can go. I like reading. So
fanya PhD in human resource management.
If I have to do, I still have to do it in leadership and governance and leadership, because I think that is the biggest problem we have in the country, in organizations.
True.
That is the biggest elephant in the room for many organizations, and probably if I have to pursue, I would pursue that so that I can contribute a small share
of your knowledge
in that area, because I think that is where we have the biggest challenge.
Yeah, there's a lot of
the challenge of leadership. Yeah? People think when you are called a manager, you are a leader. It's not true. I know some people will disagree with me, but
you just had the position. That's
it's
the
just
position.
a position.
Yeah, that's just the position.
What happens when the position is taken away, or you are no longer having the title? What happens? Are you still a leader?
No. No, you're just someone who doesn't have a position or doesn't have a...
So leadership goes beyond. That's why you see people like the former president, Anaito Oliver. He's not in power, but he's influencing events around the continent, isn't it?
Yeah.
There are many people. This Obasanjo guy is all over in Africa, reconciling people and governments. Yeah. He's not in power. He's a leader.
The influence.
The title is gone.
Yeah.
But he's still a leader. You see?
You're very passionate about leadership. I think
I am. So. I am.
As this team BTP, I think we'll need a lot of training. I will tell our producer to contact you.
Anytime we can talk. We can talk anytime.
No, you'll come again, not as a guest, but as our trainer.
No
problem.
No problem.
As we grow, we will need more training.
And you'll grow.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Now, from your inspiring story, I have found your story so inspiring. I'd like for you to share some pieces of advice or a word of advice to someone out there who is probably giving up, who is in a situation similar than like yours, similar to yours that you had in 1994. Not affording school fees, not even having a home, or affording to pay parent, school. I mean, just talk to them, maybe encourage them.
I think human beings are born with so much resilience inside them. It's only that we don't realize. Someone has said that what you believe you are, you become. If you think you are rich, you start behaving like a rich person. If you think you are poor, everything within you conspires and moves you towards poverty. I think it's a brain that is wired that way. You have heard this story of the glass that is half full, half empty. How you view that glass is very important. And life is full of challenges. I mean, it's just part of my story. But even now, we continue facing challenges every day. You face challenges with your children. You face challenges in your family, in your workplace. But how have you prepared your mindset? Many times I ignore a lot of things. You hear a lot of things, people telling you a lot of things that are negative. By the way, I'm one person who don't keep friends who are always negative around me. Negativity, no. Oh, every time we meet, there's this, the government is not doing, economy, I'm not doing. So what are you doing yourself about yourself? Because you'll infect me with negativity.
True.
So I want to hang around people who are positive, who are hopeful for a better day. Okay, the challenge is there, but can you see beyond the challenge? You can overcome anything. Don't choose, even for the young people, don't start being choosy. Like now, I get opportunities to interview people for jobs. So there are these people, someone has come from my university. They have these lofty ideas about the kind of jobs, the kind of cars they want to drive in the next 2 years. 2 years.
Too ambitious.
So I tell, and then when that person comes for interview, even what they are asking, they are not exposed, they don't have experience, they have not worked anywhere, or they have worked for 6 months. They can see, you can see, look at the organization mahali umeitwa interview, uanze kuipima hivi, hii si UN, it's not UN.
Yeah.
Useme you need to start somewhere. But they quote figures that are crazy. even probably the CEO has not seen that kind of money. Quoting some crazy figures. So I tell them, just start there, build yourself. First of all, don't run for money. Gain experience, gain exposure, bring value. You see what makes you earn is the value you bring. Employers don't give you a job because you are jobless. I think young people should hear this. No one will sympathize with your situation because you didn't sleep, you didn't eat when you slept, you didn't eat for 3 days. You think you'll get a job
They don't
for
care.
that reason?
They don't. They don't care. They really don't.
You get a job because it's value you are bringing to the organization. And that is what employers pay for. They pay for value. They don't pay for what? For what do you call it? Ati wamekuhurumia. Sababu
They don't
hauna
pay
job.
Wishe.
No. They will give you a job because they can see value. They want to see integrity. Integrity is very key. They want to see value. They want to see integrity. They want to trust you. They want to see how you relate with others. They want to see how you work with others. They want to see how you treat other people. Those are very important aspects of any person who is trying to look for a job. And so, for me, it's the mindset. You can get anything that you want, but you won't get it immediately. You need patience. You need to be patient. I've been building a house. I don't know for how many years. It's not complete yet. So you need patience. You need discipline. You need to shut your ears. And you need to move away from groups. Hii mbogi, watu wanaita mbogi, vijana wanaita mbogi. Sijui mbogi yangu. Mbogi yako gani? You need to get away from that mentality of mbogi and define your future. And that future may not be very clear now, but start somewhere.
Yeah.
Start. In fact, let me say, one of the lessons that I've learned in life, along the way the things I've done, the most difficult thing is starting. Kuanza kitu. Whether it's a business, you keep talking about it. Stop talking and start with what you have. Start with what you have. Kama ni certificate uko nayo, or don't talk about things that are very far away. Start with what you have, where you are. Kama uko na shilingi 500, siwende ununue mboga na nini na nyanya uanze kuuza. But in your mind, you know that is not where you are meant to be. Unajua nikichimba mashimo huko kwa sukari, I knew I'm here digging now. Maybe the people I'm digging with, they think this is where all of us are.
Yeah.
But I'm digging here so that I make something for my next step in life. So you could be here. You could be here. But your mind is very far. You are here, but you know this is where, not where you belong.
It's just a stepping stone.
So build those blocks one at a time. Build your blocks one at a time. You'll get there. God will see your faith in what you are doing. God will see the faith that you have from where you are. He'll help you. Atakushika mkono na hiyo safari utafika tu. Sometimes you face setbacks, but setbacks do not stop you from getting to your goal. Of course, you make mistakes, and it is okay to make mistakes, but it is foolish to repeat the same mistakes again. You make mistakes along the way, learn from mistakes. We've made a lot of mistakes. Yeah? But it will be foolish to go back to the same thing again. So it is possible. Na watu wasianze kuongea mambo ya background. You know, there are people who talk about background.
It does not define.
Do you know they say when you get to that years, now you become the background. You are now the background.
Yeah.
Don't talk about background, because today if you are 30 and you keep saying how your father did not take you through primary. Sahi akiwa na pesa utarudi primary at 30. So pick your pieces, build and move. Be positive. Be positive always. And be grateful. Be grateful. Don't be a grumbling person who is complaining all the time. Be grateful. Be grateful for life. Be grateful for the people around you. Be grateful for friends. Be grateful even for the experiences that you go through. Ukuwe na heart of gratitude. Na ukuwe na vision kubwa. You know, vision is not a place you go, you jump into. It is a journey. But you have to take steps every day to get to your to your vision.
That's wonderful. That's really beautiful, Nick. Thank you.
Karibu
Thank
sana.
you so much
Karibu
for
sana.
choosing and accepting to share your amazing story with us and with the audience. I know I have learned something from your encouraging
Thank
story. So thank you.
Asante sana.
Yeah, we have a t-shirt, a gift from BTP.
Wow, thank
Normally
you.
we do
Wow.
wear them, but
Thank you so much.
it's unique.
Asante sana.
so thank
I
you.
appreciate.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Ukiva umevaa brand yetu.
Sasa
So
hii
we're advertising ourselves.
hii nitashinda nayo leo. The rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm so grateful for the opportunity to share just a bit of my story.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of my friends kuna vitu hawajui.
Yeah, watazijua sasa. They will know when they listen.
Because
And I hope they're going to subscribe.
I talk less about myself.
You do. you keep the information very limited. Yeah. Now they'll know a whole lot.
Asante.
Yeah.
Asante sana.
Thank you.
The whole team.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. God
Thank
bless
you
you.
as well. God bless
Barikiwe
you.
sana. Asante.
To our audience, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've been encouraged. Any person out there who's feeling maybe like they've given up, you've been told to change your mindset. Don't look at the glass as half empty. Look at it as half full. And a lot is going to change along the way when you just change your thinking. Okay. Thank you so much. Let's meet again on a new episode next week. Until then, be safe, stay safe. God bless you. Bye-bye.